TV as your residential Dutch VTuber rating Dutch foods, or at least some of the foods that would be considered more classic snacks and foods that people know about if people think of the Netherlands. All right, on the tier list of what we're going to be tiering today. Is that even a word? Is tiering a word? We have tompouce, roze koek, licorice, aka drop. We have stroopwafel, a classic. We have these cheese blocks that people use during, get-together events. We have biscuits met muisjes. I don't think there's an actual English translation for that. However, my Dutch editor is going to be editing this video. So if there is one, please just put it down at the bottom of the screen or something. I don't know. We have frikandelbroodjes, eierkoeken, brood met hagelslag, bitterballen, kaasstengels, poffertjes. And I will add the powdered sugar on top of that as the classic poffertjes. We have kibbeling, we have frikandel. It doesn't really look like a frikandel because it's kind of squished. And Hema rookworst on it. If you are Dutch and you've got a rookworst from Hema before, you will understand what I mean. However, I have to admit something really shamefully. I wasn't really there with my head space and I accidentally got vegan rookworst. I am very sorry. Very sorry. If that's not necessarily what I like. That's my brain was just there in it. I don't care. I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian. I really like meat. I just accidentally bought vegetarian rookworst. I cannot. Combining these fucking Dutch terms in English is gonna be the death of my brain. That is what we're going to be rating today. And we are going to be taste testing them all. Ta-da! The hand actress has arrived. What are we going to be starting with? Because the first one on the tier list is actually tompouce. I will show you this tiny ass tompouce that this is the only itty bitty size that I could find for this tier list, by the way. I'm actually really happy about itty bitty size tompouce because this is like perfect sizes for testing that one out. For the people that don't know what a tompouce is like a little cake with, how do you call this? Baguettebakkersroom. And there is some like glazing over it that's just pink. But it tastes really good. It's a good classic, very fun classic cake to share with your loved ones during like a party. And it's still one of my definitely favorite like cakes to have. The biggest question that is always surrounding this fuck-ass cake is how do you eat it? Because as you can imagine, if I squish it, like it will get out. How do you properly eat it? Oh god. Oh god, the glazing is soft. I'm not Dutch, but I took the top off and saved it till last. I did that too, Charlie. I used to do that a lot too. At least like I used to save the top for last. However, I've decided to keep the bottom one for last. So I take the top off, eat that one first. I'll just take a bite. Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna eat this one as a whole. And now I leave this one with the baguettebakkersroom as last because I don't know. In the recent years, I just started to like the cream inside of it way more than the actual glazing. There you go. You see another bite. Now that we've done that, we go back to the tier list. So personally, I have to give tompouce an S tier. I'm genuinely such a big fan of tompouce. All right, we are gonna move over to the roze koeken. I actually do have a full plate here of like different things. So I'm just gonna grab it as a whole. I'm just gonna rate all of these at the same time. I know it's not like the next in line, but we're gonna do it anyway because it's right in front of us anyway. So on this plate, we have roze koek, which is also a cake with pink glazing on top of it, but it's more hard. And we have an eierkoek. I actually forgot what eierkoek is made out of. But apparently I found out eierkoek is supposed to be like kind of Dutch as far as I know of. Then we also have, I don't think there is a proper translation for this. This is beschuit met muisjes. And there is a pretty big significance in the Netherlands when it comes to beschuit met muisjes. Because usually when there is a newborn in the family or around with your friends or acquaintances, a big thing that you do around those times when a newborn is born is eating a beschuit met muisjes. And this is just sugar, right? This is just sugar. This is a beschuit, which is like a hard, kind of like thick cracker kind of thing. So this will be crunchy. And these are just like sugar balls, basically. It is the case usually that you choose the color based on the gender of the child. You know, pink is for girls, blue is for boys. That is how it goes. And the last one on this plate is the infamous, the most powerful snack of them all. Stroopwafel. If you want to make it even better and you love tea, get yourself a cup of tea and put the stroopwafel on top of the tea and let the syrup inside of it melt. I've known people that do that. They were like, this is a life hack. If you wanted to make it taste a little bit fresher and like, you know, softer, do that. That is what is on this plate right now, but we were going to start with the roze koek. Like I mentioned, just glazing. This is literally just sugar, right? This is literally just sugar glazing, and it happens to be pink colored. I don't know what our obsession is with pink, actually. Tompouce is usually pink. This one is fucking pink, and it's just literally called pink cookies. It's not a cookie, but you know what I mean? It's like a little cake or pink cake. But yeah, let me take a bite. I won't be finishing this, otherwise I'm gonna die.
Nom, nom, nom.
Not the nose reveal. No crunch. It's not crunchy. It's not crunchy. This one is not crunchy. I already said this was not going to be crunchy. This one is going to be crunchy. Personally, I like roze koek. I think I used to eat those a lot when I was younger, and I was a massive fan of them. I think nowadays, maybe on occasion, I would eat a roze koek. I'd say I think it's okay. I don't think it's as spectacular as like a tompouce, but I'd still give this one like an A tier, personally speaking. We're not gonna eat more of these. We're gonna move over to, what was it again? The beschuit met muisjes. I did one thing wrong on this one, because usually you put a little bit of butter on it so that the muisjes will stay on it properly, the little mouse. I'm raw dogging the mice. Yes, I am raw dogging the mice on the beschuit. This broke! What do you mean? So one of the issues with beschuit met muisjes is it's very hard to eat it properly. And also because I didn't have butter on it, it's now broken into like many fucking pieces. There's also one in my keyboard. Oh no, hold on, let me just... My hands real quick. Oh no, it's stuck in there. Are you kidding me? Time to floss my keyboard. I've got it. There you go. This one I would say is pretty iconic purely because of the significance it has on the culture around babies being born in a country. However, in terms of taste, kind of lackluster. So personally, I would have to give it a B. I just don't find it all that crazy fascinating. Like it's nice, but it's just sugar balls. And now we are going to go over to the most iconic of them all, stroopwafel. You already know my opinion on this. Don't really have anything else to add to that. That's just going to go into S tier. Moving on to the last one on this particular plate. The eierkoek. The one that's made of eggs, milk, sugar, flour. And that just is an eierkoek, I guess. Yes. Anyway. Okay, Carlsman was asking why Dutch sweets are so dry, and I was like, oh, not all of them are, this one is. Personally speaking, my tastes, eierkoeken are really boring. They're nice like as an in-between snack, I'd say. If you don't really have anything else, you don't want to like have anything massive. I'd say they're an easy, nice snack in between. Personally speaking, it's just not my vibe. I will put it in... It's like between a B or a C for me. Okay, I'll put it in C. I'm putting it in C, not because I don't like the taste. I just find it a bit boring. The next one... Oh god, some of you people are gonna hate how I've done this. It's time for Frikandelbroodje. But it's mini. I got a big one, but I decided to just cut off a part of it. Listen, I'm not gonna eat the entire frikandelbroodje today. I just made it mini size, so it's just easier to just like take a bite out of it. And it has all of it. It has the dough, it has the curry sauce, it has the frikandel. It has all of it, okay? Anyway, frikandelbroodje. If you know about the Netherlands, you probably know about frikandelbroodjes. If you don't know about frikandelbroodjes, most Dutch people will probably shove it down your throat just about the existence of frikandelbroodje. I just see another fucking mice in the fucking keyboard. Yeah, I'm taking a bite of it. Nom 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 nom. I really like frikandelbroodjes. I really like them. But one thing that's so dangerous about them is because the curry ketchup sauce is so sweet, it gets you very, very, like, wanting to eat more of it. And I like the crispiness of the dough. I really like it. Yeah. What can I say? I'm adding this to the S tier. I love frikandelbroodjes. I'm very biased. Man, I actually am not that mean towards Dutch foods as of right now. However, oh boy. The next one on the list, I got a lot of people upset about me about. It's about cheese.
Cheese.
Specifically cheese blocks. This side is old cheese and this side is young cheese. And the difference between younger and older cheese is that this is hard in terms of texture and this is way more softer. This is also more richer in taste and the young cheese less so. And I decided to get 2 of these because in general, I'm not the biggest fan of cheese. However, if I were to get cheese, it would usually be the younger one because I just prefer the texture and the not as heavy taste. But for the sake of torturing myself, because I don't like cheese, but other these people really love cheese, I decided to also add the older ones in it. I'm gonna start off with the worst one first. My model is not showcasing it, but I'm cringing already just by looking at it and smelling it. I'm gonna take this as a whole anyway. I'm not taking tiniest bite. I am eating it. I hate this. I'm trying really hard to not spit it out. I swallowed it. I swallowed it. I swallowed it. I swallowed it. Water. Actually, the water made it worse. Fuck. I don't understand why people like old cheese. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand why this is such a Dutch thing. I don't understand. I still have the young cheese to eat. I was dying at the old one. Hopefully the young one is not going to make me perish as much. It shouldn't. I still want to like it, but it's not going to be as worse as the older one. Ugh. Anyway, we still have the young one. I'm pretty sure this is a younger one. Yeah, this is way softer. Is there a smaller one that I can take? I don't want to eat a big one again. Okay. Young one. Young cheese. Way better. Way better to eat. Still not my vibe though. So I technically basically 2 cheeses and they gave me very different reactions, right? So in all fairness, I should probably rate them in a different way. I kind of expected to be rated in a different way, but I will be putting the old cheese at D. Fuck that shit. Hate that shit. All my homies know that's actually very wrong. Young cheese though, I would give it a C. Like, it's not that crazy to me. I still wouldn't eat it. I don't particularly like it, but it doesn't make me want to die. It doesn't make me want to die, so that's good. Anyway, drop, aka licorice, and it's also this is also very Dutch. I decided to get this brand. I genuinely didn't know what I was gonna look for. I used to really love licorice as well. In like certain years, I decided enough was enough, and my body decided, you know what? Licorice tastes kind of bad. But there are so many fucking different flavors of licorice out there. I genuinely didn't know what I was supposed to look out for. I thought maybe this is just black licorice that is soft, sweet flavored. And let me just do a smell test. Okay, it's not that bad. Anyway, I don't know what kind of shape this is. If this is like the proper licorice shape. No clue. I'm really curious how I'm going to respond to black licorice now, because I kind of started disliking it quite a lot. Like I said, the scent especially got really, really bad for me. I was like, ugh, it just makes me nauseous when I think about it. So we're doing a taste test. Never mind. never mind. This is one of those instances where the taste got stronger the more you were chewing on it. And it started off being like, oh, hey, you know what? Kind of like it. This reminds me of when I was younger and I actually started liking licorice. And then it evolved into, oh god, the taste got stronger. Okay, never mind. I would still say I'm still not a big fan of licorice, but there's many different flavors of licorice, so it's hard to judge the entirety of licorice based on that. But just the general taste of licorice is not too great for me. I would have to give it a C. I would have to give it a C. It's not like crazy bad. It's not like old cheese bad. It's not old cheese bad, but it is not great. All right, next one on the list, we have Hagelslag. And specifically, you put it on bread. And I mean like slices of bread. However, I didn't have slices of bread, so it's a bun of bread. But the idea is still very much the same. You have bread and you have Hagelslag, which is like chocolate sprinkles, basically. And that's like a very big Dutch, I guess, breakfast. Yeah, breakfast or maybe lunch. Usually breakfast from what I've seen. Also, still don't have butter, so it's not buttered up either. But the idea behind Hagelslag is that you put it on bread, usually. Usually speaking, you don't have to. There are no rules stating that you have to do it that sort of way. But that is the typical Dutch meal with Hagelslag. Anyway, we're taking a bite out of it. I really want this licorice out of my mouth. Personally speaking, I like it. It's what I grew up with, you know. Like it's a thing that a lot of children mostly have for like breakfast. It's like a very typical children's thing. But what's so nice about Hagelslag is you can put it on anything. And while the typical thing is to put it on bread, it's still sprinkles. It's still chocolate sprinkles. You can use it for anything. However, while I like it, it's not like for me like the most spectacular thing. So I will have to put it in A. Like I still think it's really good. The next up is beautiful timing, phone. It is time for the Bitterballen, and that means my oven is now done, so I'm gonna quickly grab it. Anyway, the next step is Bitterballen, but what was also on the list is frikandel itself. So we had Frikandelbroodje, but we didn't even try frikandel. I do have to point out, this is done in the oven. These are like oven snacks, because I don't have a fryer, I don't have an air fryer. So it's done in the oven. I don't know how good the taste of it will be compared to when you actually fry it. But yeah. But we are going to try out a bitterball. And from my experience, I don't like bitterballen. But maybe my taste has changed. Bitterball. I just got one because I'm not gonna eat more of these. All right, let's take a taste. I will take half of it. I'm not taking that as a whole. And also just because I want to showcase what's on the inside. Because there's a lot of stuff on the inside. In all honesty, this one, not so bad. Genuinely not that bad. I expected myself to have a way serious reaction to it, or way more serious reaction to it, or that I wouldn't like it. But I think it's also because I taste the meat part of it way more than I do the cheese part. I do taste a little bit of cheese in it. So when it comes to the Tierlist, would have to put it in C. It's like, not for me. Even though it's not next on the list, we're gonna try a frikandel anyway, because it's here now and it's warm. So we're eating it. This is a mini snack of it. It's also like a mixture of different kinds of meats. It's also very big in the Netherlands. Another way that you can eat this, and that is something that I personally really enjoy, is frikandel speciaal. Frikandel speciaal is like by having a big frikandel, it's like a bigger size. You split it open in the middle. You add some like ketchup and curry in it in between, or curry ketchup and mayo. And then put some small pieces of onion in between it. And then you have a frikandel speciaal. So I like that. But I'm eating the frikandel just on its own right now. It's like a hot dog, but the dog being the bun. No, it definitely doesn't taste like a hot dog. It doesn't taste like a sausage. It's just a mixture of meat. The shape is definitely as its own though. Like if it were to be a frikandel speciaal, I would put this S tier. If I were to just get a regular frikandel snack, B. It's kind of boring. All right, next up, kaasstengel, which is also cheese. It's just like a dough stick with cheese flavor on it. Also, do not ask me why it is in a glass right now. I will not explain myself. Why do you do this to yourself if you dislike cheese? I am just making a point towards the Dutch that I don't like cheese, and then they will hate me. Cheese stick. I don't. It's still glass. I don't know. Let me take a bite out of it. Tastes pretty good. It reminds me of those salty sticks. The cheese flavor is not really that intense in this one. Maybe not my go-to, but I kind of like it. Don't really have much more to say on that, but I am pleasantly surprised, so that's kind of nice. I'll put this one in B. It's like a perfect in between. All right, the next one that I am going to really like, Poffertjes. All right, a bit of an explanation about Poffertjes. Poffertjes are little pancakes. And when I'm talking about pancakes, these are more so related to the thinner pancakes, more like crepes. They're a bit puffy, but they're not like American thick pancakes. They're not fluffy pancakes. It is a pretty Dutch cuisine. You will often see stalls around where they make fresh poffertjes for you. And the typical stuff that you put on top of it is powdered sugar, poedersuiker. But you can also put syrup on it. What I also see some people do is put Nutella on it. And that's also really nice. But for the sake of the tier list, I wanted to do a classic poffertjes with poedersuiker on top of it. I personally really like poffertjes. It's very simple. It's not like crazy for me. Anyway, let me take one. It's now a bit cooled down already, unfortunately. I did this in the microwave just now. But yeah. Yeah, I'm noticing it. I'm noticing it cooling down. That's unfortunate. Okay, big tip from me to you. If you eat poffertjes, make sure to eat them warm. Because right now, they have hardened so much. And normally they are way softer than what they are now. And now it's just kind of too chewy in texture and not in the good kind of way. It's like in the gummy kind of way. Other than that, tastes really good. Tastes like a regular pancake. It's really nice with powdered sugar on it. I'd still give it, besides that, I'd still give it a A tier. So next up, I'm really looking forward to this one. Kibbeling! The only fish that I like. Doesn't really have any like specific name in English for it because it is kibbeling. But what kibbeling means is that it's fried white fish. It tastes really good. Normally, you have like a specific fish sauce to go with it. Now, it's not fish sauce, but it's like a specific sauce that you have for kibbeling. But I don't like that sauce, so I'm not taking it. This is actually this is fresh kibbeling from the store, not the store, the fish store nearby, and they make one of my favorite kibbelings. Eat them while it's still fresh and warm. And this is cooled down now. I will still enjoy it, but that is my tip to you. So don't wait too long once you get it to eat it, because they're so much nicer when it's fresh and warm. Because then it's more crunchy, and when it cools down, it becomes a bit more chewy. Because the texture becomes less chewy. Or crunchy, I mean. Anyway, we're taking a bite out of this. Oh, it's so good. It is cold, though. So like I said, it's not gonna be as great, but this is still so good. I really like it. I'm gonna finish this one. I really like it.
Nom, nom, nom.
Yum. Anyway, fucking S tier. S tier for the fucking kibbeling. Kibbeling is fucking goated. Anyway, something that's not on a tier list for some reason, but what I did get, and I did want to put it on a tier list, is something that was my childhood favorite, and it is cheese related. La vache qui rit. It doesn't sound Dutch, I know, but it is a very big thing in the Netherlands. La vache qui rit. And I used to love this. It's like cheese spreading that you can put on stuff. So that's why I have this broken down pieces of beschuit. There we go. It's like it never had any tears in it whatsoever. And I really want to know, because I haven't had this in over maybe 2 decades, how it would taste for me now. I'm so curious. I was so curious. And then you have these little ones. How the fuck do you open these? These should be easy to open, but I can't. Not working out. Not working out. Okay, this is already really, really soft. Okay, I'm just grabbing some of it and putting it on like this piece of it. I don't have a knife around me right now. I don't want to go stand up to go to the kitchen. I kind of have to in a little bit. I have to get the rookworst, but you know, this is what I used to eat when I was younger, over like 2 decades ago. That's crazy. Don't know how it's gonna taste now, so I'm really curious. So let's dig in. Memories are flooding back of how this tasted when I was younger. Oh, my childhood. My childhood is flowing back to me. If I were to put it on a tier list, but I somehow didn't have the cheese spreading would probably, specifically la vache qui rit, will probably, it's like between an A and a B for me, but I'm gonna pick A. I like it. I like la vache qui rit. So I don't know how a regular Hema rookworst will taste like. We're gonna try out a vegetarian one. How? Because I don't know. My head wasn't in the game. Chat, I don't think I can do this right now because it says on this package to prepare this one is to put it in boiling water for like 15 minutes, and I don't think I want to do that right now. I don't want to do that right now. It's not even rookworst, it's oakwurst. Just eat it like that, it's vegetarian. I don't know if I should. Let's open it out of the package. Let's just show it off to the world at least. Oh my god, it's wet on the inside. It just looks like a wurst, a sausage. But yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? D tier. Just for the fact that I have to prepare it right now. I thought you could just eat it as its own. I genuinely thought you could just eat it as its own. Yeah, I just cannot be bothered. I'm sorry. I have prepared so much food. I have already prepared like so much fucking food for today's tier list. Like, okay, maybe it doesn't look crazy, but it's a lot of money. And like most of these foods, I will never even eat because I don't like it. That is the tier list for today. Thumbs up, everyone. Thumbs up. Bye, YouTube. Bye. Everyone say bye to YouTube. Very anticlimactic ending. Bye.